exciting because I loved him a lot. I was Lonnie's best man in Ireland.
Ah, well, that's right. Yeah.
So I've got a very close connection with him, and it's great to be over in their part of town.
Well, I saw the photos of the wedding. It was just beautiful. I had never been to Ireland. I've been to Scotland, which is not the same thing, I know. But when I was in Scotland, it made me want to go to Ireland. It's there's some Celtic culture of connection somehow there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, between Scotland and Ireland.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's 5 Celtic nations,
right?
So, and Ireland and Scotland are 2 of them.
So that's
with their kind of kindred spirits.
Sure. Well, let me say, what are you thinking about the food so far compared to Ireland?
I'm a kind of a protein kind of guy, so
yeah,
meat and veg, and you've got plenty of that here, and it's I've put on a few pounds.
Well, that's if you hang out with my buddy Lonnie, this will happen. And he believes in protein.
I was warned about it. So.
now that he's 328.9, I mean, lean muscle. It's hard to beat that sort of thing, but
yeah, he's a good guy, though.
Well, look, he gave me your CDs a while back, and I was blown away. I get CDs all the time from somebody that's doing it. And you're like, okay, what to expect, and he said it was good, but you do an awesome job. You've got a unique sound in your voice. It's like you've brought some of the old sound but made it new, and I love that kind of amalgamation of old and new.
I do twist the older songs. I have kind of just my versions of them.
Right.
So I guess people do like the way I do them. So
well, that's a good thing.
I'm a lucky guy for that reason.
Sure.
I just belt out the tunes and see what made. But I am a bit more aggressive with the Irish traditional stuff.
Sure.
But the younger people seem to like that style.
Right.
Rather than the old kind of twee kind of version.
Well, we see this happening in movies and things too, where old songs are redone, and you have a little bit of that original sound, but then they've got something new to it. So it seems to be certainly the popular trend.
Just an update version.
Right. So, well, tell me, how did you get into music?
I was 12. And a guy up the road played guitar on his porch for his kids, and he used to play John Denver, actually, I remember. Yeah. And I used to be just fascinated looking at him playing guitar. And then his brother was selling a guitar, and I just ran down to my mother and said, I want this guitar. If I didn't know anything else, I want this. And she went, no. We don't have the money.
Right.
I think it was £20 or something.
Oh.
It was not an awful lot of money, but at the time I had 5 brothers and 2 sisters, so we've quite a big family and a working class background. So
yeah,
you can't be just. Nobody was spoiled.
Right.
But in all fairness, they got the guitar for me in the end, and I was just told I better learn it, and here I am 30 years later.
My goodness. Yeah. So well, and now you've obviously been very popular in Ireland, and now you're branching out to the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and of course you're going to be playing at Cassidy's tonight. So,
yeah, that's great. I'm looking forward to that.
That's the place to go for this kind of sound.
Yeah, it's perfect. I was there the other night, so I went and I set the stage.
Right.
The atmosphere is perfect for the songs I want to sing.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and you're going to give us some samples today of a little bit of what you do, which is really cool. And I like the fact you can play unplugged, and that always is nice as well. Sometimes it gets a little challenging if they need electricity in here, but but no, this I'm looking forward to some of this. And now I don't know if there's a cover tonight at Cassidy's. I think you can no cover, so you can come by and check it out if you like.
I think it's free in, and just enjoy yourself.
And prime yourself for a little Halloween fun, that sort of thing. And the thing, you're all over YouTube, which is awesome. I love the crowd.
Everybody with the phones.
Everybody with the phones and the like. I know you have at least a couple of CDs, because I have a couple of your CDs.
I brought 3 in for you.
Well, all right. Well, we have to get you to autograph those too.
If you want me to sign them, you can give them away to friends.
What I guess what is your number 1 hit at this moment in Ireland? What's your most popular song?
That I sing?
Yes.
No,
we want to know about somebody else. Tell us about that.
I have a song. I'm writing a new album, folk album.
Right.
And one of the songs is called Last Man Standing.
Okay.
And they're absolutely going insane for that. So, and there's another one, Generations, that's on Beer and Bones. That's another highly asked for tune that I wrote as well.
Excellent.
So it's great that they want the originals that I'm writing. Actually more than something, another cover contemporary tune or something, whatever. But
Sure.
so I am delighted about that. The songs are coming across really strong.
Well, we're going to have to hear some of those.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you need to tune up or anything. If you do, we can wait and take another bonus promotional moment. I know how sometimes the guitars, early morning, this humidity. Does it have any noticeable change from Ireland to...
The heat. You have to keep it away from the heat.
Yeah.
You know, don't leave it in the car.
Yeah, then not a good thing.
No.
You know, nothing in South Texas survives being in a car. I don't care what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I left an all steel something on my dashboard, it would have melted into my vents by the afternoon. I mean, now we're getting some cooler weather, so the evenings are actually pretty nice now.
Yeah, lovely weather.
But we've had some intense heat. Now I'm curious, having not been to Ireland, only seen it in the movies. You know, I base everything on Ireland, like From Far and Away. You know that great movie.
Yeah, it's great. It's a Tom Cruise one, right?
Tom Cruise,
It's
right?
actually quite good, though.
I liked the movie.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a little bit of truism. There's a lot of bare knuckle boxers in the turn of the century that came from Ireland.
The amount of Irish people that came to America
Right.
was unbelievable. Like the new promised land, you know.
Sure.
And, you know,
The big potato famine.
we had the big potato famine, and then they've just been coming ever since, the Irish. I mean, there's more Irish in America than there is in Ireland. We wouldn't have enough room in Ireland if everybody came home.
For
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think it's 40 million Irish worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah.
And we've only like 4 million back home.
That's amazing.
Isn't that something?
That is amazing.
It's amazing.
So let me ask, now, just before we get into this, Irish culture, always been fascinated by it.
Yeah.
Number one, do you guys still like potatoes at all?
Yes.
Still like potatoes? Still a staple of...
Still staple part of the diet.
Nothing wrong with potatoes, right?
No, great.
Smoking, still popular in Ireland.
No, I think that's on a decline, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was like at one point in time the smokingest country, I think, in the world.
Yeah. The drinking nation as well.
But it kind of goes hand in hand.
Hand in hand. But no, I think since we were the first European country to bring in the smoking ban,
Right?
you know, and they said, well, if we can get the Irish to do it, we can get anyone to do it.
Right.
I think that was their way of looking at it. You know, I think it was the mayor of New York that actually kind of
instigate that.
instigated that idea at the time.
So,
but it worked. And now basically all the pubs are doing is they're setting up the new social scene is the smoking area. Right. So they've been kind of rebuilding their pubs to kind of suit an outside area with heating, so people will come, because pubs did lose a lot of business when the smoking ban came in.
well, that's the one thing you guys have to worry about. We often don't here is the cold. I mean,
Yeah.
Ireland gets cold.
It gets cold.
You get some really cold temperature. Bare knuckle boxing, still popular over there?
Well, it is with the travelling community.
Right.
You know, with the travellers.
The travellers,
they're definitely, they still do it.
Well, in fact, you know, we have a number of reality shows now that are dealing with travelers and or the quote unquote gypsies.
Yeah.
And so they still have what was it? Brad Pitt made all that popular. And
He was brilliant at that.
Did he get the accent down pretty good?
He got it perfectly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't even say that lightly. And anybody back home, like, you know, we know what that accent is.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt had it down.
I'm trying to think. I was going to say Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, but that's not the movie. It was Blow. No, wait.
No, you're right.
Was it Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, where he was the
That's right, yeah.
he was the pikey? And
Yeah.
man, I mean, you almost needed subtitles for that. Now,
The stuff he says is just hilarious.
I've got one of my good friends is a North Londoner, and so you know they tend to have a pretty thick accent. So once you get used to getting an ear for it, you can pick it up.
Yeah, you gotta acclimatise with people's accents.
So now you're here. You're going to be playing tonight again. Cassie's people need to go by and check this out.
Sure.
You're hanging in the United States. You're having some delicious food. We're gonna maybe get a little sample. We'll use this as a bump instead of a bump. We'll have him play us into our commercial break. How about that? You okay with that, Single Jack? Give me the thumbs up. Can you play us a little something to start off with? Maybe give us a sample of something that you want to
On the west coast of Ireland, in a county called Clare, a young Michael Brody says I'm off out of here. Made his way up to Dublin to work for a wage, saving lives as a fireman, an honourable trade. Out in Lynch, where the surfers now roam, those days were no different, no jobs were around. Looking West over the ocean, old America was calling. Michael chose to go eastward and seek out his fortune. There's a lot to be said for a man leaving home, unsure of his life, his future unknown. Maybe thoughts of a family, a wife and a home. Maybe thoughts of a family, a wife and a home. All things went right when he met Eileen Moore. They married for life and for life evermore. 5 children to match the 5 lads where they lived, in Dublin's fair city where I still now live. All things went right cause he kept his head grounded, working hard for the punt to keep his family protected. Michael Brody was me granda, my father the same. Michael Brody was me granda, my father the same.
And there is Brian Brody. He'll be at Cassidy's tonight. It is the Eric Von Wade Show. We'll have more in just a moment. Sports Radio Corpus Christi. You know what time it is. Perfect, perfect.